Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. What is going on, faithful? Got my guy Tony up in here, got my guy Mike up in here. Yo, some crazy news coming out of Santa Clara. 49ers trade linebacker Kwon Alexander. What are your guys' thoughts, man? Look, I said early, I've been saying for like 3 weeks now that this is a possibility to save money, and Dre Greenlaw can fill in for Kwon Alexander. Now we see it. We traded him. He's, what I don't know. What's your guys' thoughts, man?
Well,
go ahead, Mike.
Do we think that this is a trade for cap space or a trade for production? Because I don't think the production was that bad. So to me, this is all about money.
Yes.
I think it's both.
It's definitely.
I think it's more so about money.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just going to say, I think it's more so about money, but you got to look at it. He's been here a year and a half. How many games has he actually played? He's been injured.
I think he's only missed like 8 games.
Okay. Maybe 9 games. That's a little over a third, maybe almost a quarter. So, look, let's talk about the details first, right? So, obviously, the Niners get Kiko Alonso, whose contract is – he's under contract right now. He is I got to pull it up, sorry. Kiko Alonso signed a 1-year, $3,150,000 contract with the Saints, including a 1.450,000 guaranteed at an average annual salary of 3.15. In 2020, Alonso will earn a base salary of 1.7 while carrying a cap hit of $4 million and a dead cap value of $4 million. So
it's a $4 million contract that just under half of it's been paid already.
Right, correct. So it's just under that. He's only under contract for 1 year. Therefore, next year, Kwon Alexander is completely off the books with the 49ers, and that's a cap saving of $16.5 million.
So I know Tony didn't quite jump in there. Do you think this is more money or more production based? Because this is clearly going to save a ton of money based off of what Nick just said.
I think it's definitely money. I think it's money, but it also turns into the production, because if you look at his cap figure, is his production equal what he's making? I think we decided that, and I got to be honest with you, this is huge for the 49ers going forward. Okay, they gave him a big deal. They restructured his deal this offseason to free up cap so they could do their moves back and forth to the practice squad and all that stuff. And the issue is, when they restructured it, they lost their out. So now we were stuck with him. So the issue is, I'm surprised someone took this deal on. Like, I mean, come on. We're getting a fifth. We're getting rid of a huge deal, and we're getting a player on the last year of his deal. You can't get no better than this. So I think it's an A+. It's nothing against Kwon. I'm sorry. It's a business. Kwon was like the hypester of the team. He got them all fired up. He will be missed that aspect, but Fred Warner's going to be looking for a big deal. Then Dre Greenlaw is going to be up for a deal. So I honestly think, and listen, Greenlaw didn't have his best game yesterday, but Alexander didn't play as well. So I think this is a home run for the 49ers. I'm so surprised that the Saints even pulled this deal off, but it is what it is. We dumped that salary, and now the question is, who's next? Because I think there's a couple more moves up their sleeves.
Is this trade pending a physical? Because he's injured. He's currently injured. Right? He's not on IR.
I don't think. I thought he was supposed to play yesterday, but he was a late scratch.
I think you're talking about Kiko.
Oh, are you talking about Kiko, Mike?
No, I'm talking about Kwon. Kwon didn't play yesterday.
No, he was supposed to, but he didn't. They didn't dress him, so that makes it's kind of like. And honestly, it's a business, right? We all said this previously, but I think potentially Tart could be the next one to go, because Ward's injury was worse than Tart's, and now Tart didn't play last night, and then Kwon Alexander didn't play last night. So it's kind of like,
I don't want to speculate on other guys right now. It's a little, there's clearly other moves that they can make, and like the comment says here, the contribution from Denise Granger, we thank you. If this is about money and not playing, Why the hell are we not getting rid of D Ford? He's never healthy, and he's costing more than Kwon was. So I understand what you guys are saying, and I'm just saying I think it's a little premature to speculate right now. Doesn't mean that the team, we don't agree with you, that the team is trying to move on from other people, but this is a big sign because the people that filled in for Kwon yesterday didn't have good games. Aziz was a liability out there yesterday. Greenwall looked out of sorts at times, and it'll be what it is. I mean, there's nothing we can do about it now, but this is a big move for the team financially, and what it does to the locker room, what it does to that locker room. So it's very interesting.
Clearly, they're in the sell mode. They're not going to be pulling any deals to bring people in on big deals. This team's selling, and they're going to restock this roster.
Is this
the only way I
team
see it.
white flag on the season? Nick, what do you?
I don't know, to be honest with you, because this could be a move in a couple different ways. One, you save money to where you can pick up some pieces that you need this year and gain draft capital back, or whether it's little pickups or whatever here and there money, or it could be sell mode to where you're selling and getting rid of all your contracts that you're going to go into next year and get that draft capital as well as get cap money. So it could go either way, to be honest with you, because you just dumped a shitload of money from Kwon for this year, which is crazy that they're picking up that contract, to where you can get a little bit of help this year, where you have a little bit of room to move around, and then Kiko comes off, and then you save $16.5 million next year. So now you have $16.5 million more towards your 26 free agents that you got next year. So, like Tony said, Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw, just a couple of those guys to be named. So I think it could go either way, to be honest with you.
Kiko Alonso's been in the league, what, 7 years? 6, 7 years? He was originally the Bills, right? Is that where he started?
Bills and then Dolphins, I think.
No, I thought it was, he went Bills, Dolphins. He went the Eagles. He was on a lot of teams.
Yeah, he's the one that stopped Kaepernick on that Dolphins drive.
Okay. All right.
But this definitely look, Kiko Alonso is definitely out of his prime, right? Obviously, he's not that guy. But I think this is just a body for a body right now to fill a position in case you need it, and you're saving a shit ton of money for a guy that wasn't playing anyway. So, Jim Brony says Kiko was a second-round pick by Buffalo in 2013.
Yeah, so 7 years. That's what I said. Yeah.
So.
What's concerning to me is that this trade went to an NFC contender, a team that is trying to ramp up and get Drew Brees one more ring.
That we play in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we play them in 2 weeks. This guy knows our offense inside and out. He's a fireball. He's a ball of energy to any defense and team that he plays on. The first thing that people said to us when he came from Tampa, they were like, "Look, he misses a lot of tackles, but he gives you 100% every game, and he fires up the defense."
Absolutely,
right?
And that end of it will be missed. I will say that.
Yeah, but it's clearly opposite ends of the spectrum for both of these teams. It looks like, at face value right now, it looks like the Saints are saying, hey, we need more on the defensive side of the ball. Let's go out and get Kwon. Let's spend some more money. By the way, I believe the Saints have less money than us, right? How are they doing this? But whatever, that's a different story we're putting all the chips on the table. We want this ring this year. We'll worry about next year when it gets here. And it looks to me like the Niners are like, yeah, this season might be over. This move worries me. This move worries me. Not going to lie.
Yeah.
Well, I mean honestly,
go ahead, Manny.
Let's be real, right? Do we think we're Super Bowl contenders right now after the way we saw this team play yesterday? Do you think we're Super Bowl contenders? We're 3 games back in the division. I think the team sees the handwriting on the wall. I mean, this team suffered a slew of injuries. Like it's getting to the point where they can't grab anymore because they had so many injuries that it costs them every time. And I text the group, and I think I text you, Mike, that they really wanted to bring up Kevin White, but they couldn't afford to bring up Kevin White,
right?
Because it was his second time being activated. They would have to give him a guaranteed salary, so they had to bring up Craycraft, who you didn't even see. That's how bad it is. This reminds me of back in the day when they couldn't even sign a street free agent. So they're doing the right thing. They see the handwriting on the wall. Jimmy's struggling big time. The backs are dropping there's a lot of injuries. So
Yeah, but those injuries are
we
all
don't even know.
people. They're supposed to be coming back though.
Huh?
That's why I can't. That's why I'm questioning this move, because a lot of these injured players that you're talking about are supposed to be coming back. The only guys that are lost for the season are Nick Bosa and Solomon Thomas. Everybody else is supposed to be coming back.
Well, when I see D Ford on the field, I believe it. I'm sorry. He was supposed to come back weeks ago, right? Now he's saying, oh, he could potentially come back in 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? This is a business move, clearly, guys. A business move, and that's that.
Yeah. I mean, he was one of the bigger guys with the bigger contracts on this team, and if you get, semi production of playing, a guy being able to stay healthy and play, I just, this was a theory that I had, a couple weeks ago, that, this is a way you save money to get draft capital back. This team wants draft capital because they went through last year with barely any draft capital. And, you've heard John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan say, we want to go into a season with a lot of draft capital. And they get a draft pick, a 5th round pick, and then you get a player back to fill the need right now to where you're not paying next year. And you have 26 free agents next year. These bigger contract guys that aren't panning out, whether they're a ball of energy or not, they need the money. It's just like Tony said, it's definitely a business move. It sucks because, you're right. Kwon Alexander brings a different energy to this team, but it also can't bring a different energy if he's not on the field. So, we got to see
now
what happens.
Just one quick thing. Someone tweeted, the Kwon Alexander trade is going over well in the 49ers locker room at Grant Cohen. So, I don't know what that means. And then minutes later, Jerick McKinnon tweets WTF with a question mark.
Yep.
So now this could be a situation where the locker room's like, okay, wait.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, it is a business move. It is something that needed to be done. I don't think I think they signed Kwon to be their future, their starting weak side linebacker going forward. And then they struck gold with Greenlaw. So it's kind of like, all right, well, did we jump the gun? We're bringing in Kwon. And then everything just trickled down effect with injuries, this, that. And, it is what it is. It's a business move, and that's it. So I'm going to stop talking. This is only supposed to be breaking news, so that's it.
It's all right. We got a contribution up there to read and everything anyway. Don't rush. This is big news, and this like you guys said, could be the trickle down effect. It's rough just to speculate, but I just don't know if this is the last move we make either.
Yeah, Logan says, love the trade. However, do we think our players react negatively? We just talked about that with Tony was saying, with Greenlaw tweeting out WTF with a question mark. What's the locker room impact from this?
Here we go. We're going to find out.
Yeah, there's no question. There's no answer to that right now. We're going to find out what it is. You're going to hear these players talk, but then I'm sure some of them will be hurt or whatever, but you're also going to hear a lot of them say, we understand it. It's a business move. You got other guys that are going to need to get paid. I'm telling you, there's probably some guys on this team that are like, okay, well, that's good for me now. Fred Warner may think that. Okay, well, now they have money. They're going to have to pay me. I don't have to go anywhere if I want to stay here. So that guys are going to talk behind the scene, whether they're all buddies and all. They all understand it's a business. They understand that anybody in this league knows that you can be traded one day or here one day and gone the next. So
just remember what the NFL stands for. Not for long.
Not for long. 100% right. I'm wondering who somebody asked a question here. It says Whiffmeister says, did we seek out this trade or did the Saints? What do you guys think?
Both. It takes two to tango.
Yeah. The Niners probably knew they probably notified the league and the coaches, the agents of these players saying, these guys are on the block. If you could find something, find it. And maybe the agent reached out or, these agents talk to each other. They have relationships with other GMs. Just because he's our player doesn't mean that he's never worked with Mickey Loomis before. So, Yeah, I mean, listen, I missed the player, like the leader, the hype guy on the field, but the Niners got not a steal, but they did good here.
Compensation contract, yeah, it feels like a trade we win, but if it destroys that locker room, maybe not. Maybe not. The one thing that was going on here was they talked about the culture change with this regime, right? That was what it was. The previous 4 or 5 years, the culture was pretty nasty here. It felt like every man for themselves. We've talked about that a couple of times, different weeks throughout the season already, about how it seemed like it was becoming a every man for themselves and not much of a team thing. And now, maybe, WTF, like McKinnon said. So we will see. Lycan says we have to go 6-2 from here in to make the playoffs, and we still don't have everyone back. Plus, our QB situation is awful. I don't think we have to go 6-2. I still don't think that. I think a 9-7. I think a 9-7 team could make the postseason, but we don't know yet. We'll have to see what happens. But it's not impossible for us to finish the year with the 6-2 record if things turn around. Did we get that other? What was this one? Seahawk fan here. Where is that at? I can't find that one. Oh, there it is. This is from Seahawk. I'm not even going to check. Brasinho. Seahawk fan here. I like your guys' channel. You guys are realistic fans like myself. Jimmy G has an issue throwing too flat-footed. Yeah, we kind of argued about that last night a ton. So thanks for watching, though. We appreciate it, man. We really do.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, we'll definitely dig into this. Once we give you some numbers up front, things like that. I see a lot of people are saying that Kiko Alonso's on the IR. I'm not sure of that. I have to go and check. I don't think
you can't trade a player on IR.
Right. I just went on and looked, and I don't even see him on the injury report for them. So I didn't see it, but I see people asking. But if I do see something else different, we'll bring it to you. And yeah, so 49ers trade linebacker Kwon Alexander to the New Orleans Saints for Kiko Alonso and a 5th-round draft pick. So it's pretty much it right now, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna see
guys, keep your alerts set.
Yeah, we're gonna see if this team has any other moves coming up. So make sure you guys hit that bell, set your notifications so that you can get our breaking news here when we bring you those impromptu videos. But other than that, I don't have anything else. Mike, what's up?
Yeah, also make sure you guys go back and check that video for the giveaway, guys. We need more comments. Go back, look for the giveaway video. Leave your comment of your favorite Nothing But Niners moment, and we are going to do a random selection before the game on Thursday. All right? So make sure you guys go over there and leave some comments.
Yeah, just to get this one real quick, Teron says, good trade for the 49ers. Kwon was paid way too much just to bring energy.
Well, that's what Richard – never mind. I'm not going to say it. All right.
No, right. I had to bring it up for controversy.
No, I get it. I just almost responded to it about another player, so I don't want to do that.
All right. Yeah, Tony, you got anything else? You good?
No, just set your alerts because there might be something else brewing.
That's it for us, guys, man. Make sure you guys set that alerts, hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you guys later. Prepare for glory.
Anticipate pain.
Anticipate pain. But always remain faithful.
We out of here. Peace.